What's up, Brandy? Oh, hold on. Hey, Brandy.
Hello.
Oh no, this is gonna be so bad.
Has joined.
Okay, so I have me, I have Brandy, I have Daniel, I have Lindsay. Oh, there's Andy.
Hi.
I brought them for the focus group.
That's fine. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it.
Did you make it in?
Yeah, maybe the audio is not scary.
Oh my gosh, y'all are in the same room. Just sit together like Lindsay's parents.
No.
Well, you told us to act separate.
Well, I know, but now
That's why I gotta go in the other room.
y'all just be together now.
I was enjoying my time.
If y'all are in the same house. Oh no. Okay, do we have everyone? I don't know if we have everyone. We have Brandy, Lindsay, Daniel. Where's Ian?
I don't know. Where's Ian?
Join. Texting him right now. See, we have one more person, and then I think we are able to start. It is recording on my end as well. So just to preface everyone, my name's Diana. We had this earlier. We did this earlier. I did this earlier with Mitch. And we did not get this recorded at all. So we're having to do this again because it just wasn't recorded. So yeah. But I appreciate everyone being here and taking time out of their Sunday to be here for us. Okay, Ian just joined.
God, Ian.
I know, it took forever. Gosh. Okay, let me see. I have Taylor Swift playing in the background, so actually I'm just gonna keep that going. Genie in a bottle. I got you, Brandy. Anyways, hello, my name is Diana again. I'll be leading our discussion group today. So just ground rules before we start. We will be recording this meeting to capture all your valuable insights, but rest assured your opinions will remain confidential. There's no right or wrong answers here, so please answer freely. Also, if you can, turn your cameras on so this is not weird at all. But everyone's going to get a chance to contribute, so we'll kind of go by person so we can have an accurate reading, if you will. The purpose of this session today is to gather insight and feedback on Yeti products. We want to understand your experiences, perception, and any ideas you may have for Yeti. So for the icebreaker activity, just kind of go through everyone, but we'll start with everyone's name and then just say like a brief story of like your experiences with Yeti, or like if you went on an adventure and you took a Yeti, like what did you take? If you went fishing, if you went hiking, if you went shopping, anything. I just want to know. So we'll just start with that, and whoever wants to go first, go ahead.
Okay, I'm Justin Boucher. I'm Lindsay's father. I just tell you that we just went through the hurricane here in Houston, and we were without power for about 30 hours. And I happen to have a Yeti that I keep in the house, and we put everything from the freezer in the cooler, and I don't know how many hours that was actually in there, probably about 15 or 20, and then we didn't lose anything.
Yeah,
so
it works.
That's
well.
awesome.
Yeah,
it is awesome.
Okay, I am an avid coffee drinker, and I have my Yeti. I have the tumbler, which I guess is the shorter one, and I do have the taller one. And I drink my coffee slowly throughout the day, and it's hot from when I do it at 7 o'clock in the morning until when I'm still sipping on it like an 85-year-old at 7 p.m. So it does its job in keeping my drink hot like it should be.
Hot or cold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or cold, yes, but I love it. And it does, I love a water and ice water, so it does keep like the ice in there that it kind of almost annoys me because I want it to melt, so I have extra water, but then it doesn't, and I'm like, okay, the ice is good too. So
perfect. And
Well,
then
for me, I'm old and angry and work a lot and have kids that are fun. So going to the pool is one of my only pleasures in life. And I like to have a drink or two while I'm at the pool. So I always take the Yeti. And the great thing about it is it stays cool in this Texas heat, even at the pool. The ice stays cold, my drink stays cold, so I can enjoy a couple of hours of peace and quiet while I'm at the pool, having one of my favorite beverages, and it'll stay cool, and it helps me enjoy the day.
and then who was next?
All
Thank
right,
you all for that.
I'm Daniel. I have zero experience owning a Yeti, but I see them all the time. And I think maybe one day I will buy one.
Thank you, Daniel.
Good job, Daniel.
Oh no.
I'm Ian. I used to have a Yeti cooler, and then I just have like some tumblers. But just use the tumblers kind of every time, or every couple of days. Just keep drinks cool.
Perfect. And then can we get Lindsay's mom as well? Possibly like a different story.
I don't own a Yeti.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Drink holder. What are they called?
Tumbler.
A tumbler. I don't own one, but I would love to have one. I think they're top quality. I just never have wanted to spend the money on it because it's expensive. So,
That's fair.
but I know they're top quality, and I would, when I have a little more money, I guess I'll get one now that I'm.
You're good. You're
involved in
good.
this
That's perfect.
discussion.
All right. So we're going to start. So I'm just going to give y'all kind of the layout of how this is going to go. So I'll ask y'all some advertising questions regarding Yeti. I'll kind of walk y'all through your general experience, product specific feedback, your brand perception, as well as your ideal Yeti product. And that'll be like it'll be like a little activity. So we're not trying to be on this all night, I promise. So we're gonna try to go through this pretty fast. And if you see me looking over here, I'm looking at my phone that I have all my notes on. So let's go with so our first question is going to be, how often do you use the cups or coolers, if any? And do you have a favorite, and which ads can you recall? So if you can answer any of those, we'll just go through each person kind of in the layout that we just did, if we can.
I'll tell you this. I don't recall ever seeing any really Yeti commercials. I've probably seen some print advertisement, but what I see most of all are the stickers on the back of people's trucks.
It's true. That is true. Yeah. I think Yeti gives stickers out to everyone that ends up.
When
like,
you buy
buying.
one, there's one
Yeah.
in the container.
Yeah.
It helps being in Austin too, the billboard that's downtown, and then the store that's in the Domain. I walk by it all the time, and I'm window shopping like Lindsay's mom. Mine are mostly gifts, and spending that much sometimes I'm like, eek. But
Yeah.
the advertisement, I just see billboards and just the store downtown, and just
Okay.
people holding them. And Dick's Sporting Goods and Bass Pro Shop, just like in person seeing them.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was about to say the same thing. I mean, obviously, I use them, a couple times a week, and we got one at the Bass. I think the last one I got was at the Bass
Concert Hall.
Concert Hall,
They
because
were
they
selling
had
them
you could get I'm not
at Theo Vaughn.
not an alcoholic, but a drink again. You could get a Bass Pro Concert Hall Yeti, actually exclusive, and then you could get your drink in it or whatever for a certain amount. But yeah, I think the most advertising I see is actually in store. When you walk in, Yeti always has a huge display, so it's really just going into Dick's or a lot of the other stores. I see more in store than I do out of store. I can't recall an advertisement on TV or any billboard or anything I've honestly seen besides just going in store and seeing the huge displays of the new colors and all those kinds of things.
I also got one from Tiff's Treats from my mom, a Yeti that I use and love.
They
Yeah.
give them out at Tiff Streets.
I think she had to buy it.
Okay.
I will
None
double
of
check that, but I'm pretty
You're
sure.
good. I believe you. I just had no
I don't think I've
idea.
ever been lucky enough for somebody to just give me a Yeti walking around anywhere.
Yeah,
but
no, not yet. Not yet.
that would be
soon,
great.
Soon,
That would be great.
hopefully.
Yeah, soon to come. That would be awesome.
Most of they give away off brands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, and then Ian, Daniel.
Yeah, kind of the same thing. Lindsay's dad said, where it's just like the stickers that people throw on like the back glass of their car or truck. I think that's probably like one of the biggest advertisement things for it.
Yeah, I mean, I always see the stickers. I see them in stores. I don't know if they do commercials for them, but then again, I haven't had cable TV in like 10 years, so I don't know. But
Fair.
yeah, that's the only time I ever see them is when I'm out someplace and I see them in a store or something.
I don't think I've ever seen a commercial for it either. I just know that most of my friends have them and they love them, and people that do own them speak highly of them and just, you know, carry them around everywhere they go, to the gym, to the pool, to tennis courts, wherever. And they seem to think it's worth the money. So just, I guess just seeing them around everywhere is maybe is the best advertisement for me.
Well, they're always like everybody always mentioned, they're always in the checkout line. I don't know if you've got Academy in San Marcos, and they've changed the way that you check out, not individual lines like in a grocery store, but you've got that long winding column to get to the checkout, and they always put everything on display as you're standing there waiting to check out. And I see a lot of Yeti products there. So mainly it's just in-store visuals.
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to go into how do you so we kind of touched base on this pretty much, but just very short, if everyone can, a couple words, kind of just how do you perceive Yeti as an entire brand, and what it kind of means to you. So just a couple words from each person really quick, and then we'll go into our activity, and then we'll do conclusion questions, and then we'll be done.
Well, I think it's a premium product. I mean, the one that I bought, I think it was like $450 for the cooler, but I got the one with the wheels and the handle that you can carry because it's heavy.
Cool. Yeah.
Because it has such, you know, I know how they construct it. It's got a very heavy wall thickness, a lot of polyurethane insulation, which gives it that ability to retain the temperature for a long period of time. And so it is a premium product, and that's what you're paying for.
Yeah, I think it has
Durable.
a perception
It's well
of,
built.
top quality, and worth the money.
The only problem with the Yeti is that, especially with the coolers, they're so expensive, you don't want to ever leave them
Yeah.
anywhere.
You want to keep them with you
They're getting
and just
stolen.
drag them with you.
Yeah, so you have to keep an eye on them.
Same with the cups. I mean, the people who own the cups, they hold on to those cups.
It almost seems like an Austin brand to me. I know it's not, but it just seems like a huge, almost Austin thing since we're here. But you know, everybody talks about Yeti all the time and the huge billboard down sign. That's, you know, downtown. There's a store in the Domain, and then the big store downtown. So I know it's obviously not local to us, but it just always seems like the culture is kind of local to here. They kind of make it that way. But I thought about getting one of those big coolers too, but one of the ones without the wheels, and those things are crazy heavy, even with nothing inside of them. So I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna pass on the cooler.
Yeah, you really need
'cause
two people to carry a loaded one.
Oh yeah,
You
and
have it
I'm
on
usually the one.
wheels.
Exactly, I'm usually the one carrying the whole thing. I borrowed a backpack from a friend of mine for a lake trip one time, and the backpack was great, but I wasn't going to spend $300 to buy one myself, so he let me borrow it. Luckily, because he had it for 2 years and never even took the tag off of it. But yeah, they're I'm sure they're worth the money, you know, the bigger coolers and things, but I haven't yet to make a purchase of one of the bigger items yet.
But a word, like durable, rugged. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
was gonna
sorry,
say
a word.
anything to
Word.
I
describe it.
apologize.
Like, yeah.
I thought you were talking about culture and things of that nature.
Oh yeah, no,
Durable.
for sure, like that too. That works.
Yeah, durable is what I would say
Durable.
too. Supposedly the coolers can get mauled by bears, the story I've heard for forever.
Oh.
But and still stay together.
And I'm
so.
rough on my cups. I bang them into everything, and
They're still
don't
standing.
still cooling and eating. So, and they still look good.
Yeah, I mean, I
So
was
long
gonna,
story short,
Oh.
durable.
Yes.
Mhm.
I was gonna say I haven't heard any like negatives besides just people not wanting to shell out the money for them. But I mean, I've always heard that they're the best of the best on the market. So
Well,
They get the job done.
it's a big compliment that you can see everybody's copying their design now.
Yeah.
Where I live in Houston, there's I can't remember the name of it, Arctic,
Arctic. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and they have a facility. I don't know if they manufacture there or they just distribute out of it, but it's on Highway 290 heading towards Austin, and I know that they're making kind of like a competitive product offering to Yeti. So
Yeah. And then I believe that was Ian left, right?
Yeah, I said kind of same thing, just durable.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So really quick, y'all, this is gonna take 5 minutes. We can all turn our cameras off or do whatever, but so the it's a little activity, but it's not a long activity. This isn't like a rigorous, like you don't have to go crazy with it, but I would like y'all to get like a blank paper or blank, just something you could write on to do what you'd like to design, like for Yeti. So it would be something that they can add for their features, quality, maybe design, something that you'd like Yeti to have in their stores that you think would be beneficial to people who usually buy Yeti. So if y'all can do that really quick for me, again, 5 minutes max. When you're done, if you don't mind tapping or typing in the chat, just done. But I'm gonna give y'all 5 minutes. I'll be back.
we have to draw this.
draw it or
You can draw. Well, some people. So we did this before, right? So some people, did draw it or they just described it. So either or, whatever you feel is best for you.
I don't have any ideas. Way to go, Justin. Oh, I would like, what do you use? Stencil paper.
you can just put it right there if you have another idea.
Other companies have it, they don't.
Yeah, that's good.
That looks terrible.
Don't they have it? It's like another thing on the top. It's like has the top and it has like a little thing on the bottom. Almost fake.
Sort of flat. I just want the top.
Hello. Oh no. Okay, so we're back. Everyone unmute yourself. Well, not everyone. I guess everyone already did unmute themselves. Wow, y'all are great. Okay, so whoever wants to go first is just, go ahead and start.
This is Justin. I've got two things. Number one, I mentioned that the cooler's relatively expensive. I think for the coolers, they should offer a stencil kit with it so you could paint your name on the cooler in a nice, clean way, so you don't take a $450 cooler and just make a mess out of it. The other thing is, I haven't seen any university logo.
Yeah.
They need to license and do university logo coolers. And
Oh, the last one's mine. I would like, I guess because
like monogrammed,
I
like
would
to get
it
like
to have an
initial.
initial. I don't know if they make them that way, but I think it would be neat to have, if I'm gonna spend $50 on a cup, I would like my.
Or to be able
my
to order it or send it in and have them put your
Yeah.
initial.
It's
because
more
stamp them in there.
customized.
Or put your whole name in there.
Yeah.
Basically.
or my name.
Yeah, I mean,
that would
to
be
put it on your cup, you can send it in. You buy it from the retailer, send it to them as a service, and they could put your name on the cup for you.
Yeah,
That would be a
because,
cool
like
little
I said,
thing.
so many people
Or
have.
maybe even in store and you can take it, like if you're in near a store,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
do it in the
You can
actual
customize
Yeti.
it.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I'd like to have my initial at least on it so that I know it's mine. Like I
Yeah.
said, everybody has them, so.
I like
That
that for
was
sure.
our ideas.
Those are great. I love those. And then Brandy.
Okay, so my idea, here's my horrendous drawing.
Oh, wow.
That's mine.
Beautiful.
That is like a little rubber latexy kind of holder that maybe it makes it fit easier in your car, because when I like the bigger one with the handle, it tips sometimes because it's like the skinnier bottom.
Yeah.
To it. So that would be nice to have something. And also just, I don't know.
So it can fit
I
in your
don't
cup
always-
holder.
Yeah, but I also
Yeah.
don't always like the feel because I think I have sensory issues. I don't know. But I don't like the feel all the time of the outside of it. So maybe something smoother.
Okay.
Yes, material wise.
Gotcha.
And then Andy
I
did
heard that. I heard that whisper, by the way. Good job, Andy.
I'm just saying.
He did a much better.
Oh,
That's mine.
that's actually it's a really good drawing.
Look at that. But I've seen other companies that do this for, like tailgating or whatnot. It's the very top of the cap is empty to this far, and then you could put in a liquor or a mixer of some sort, and then you can pour from the cap into whatever you have, Coke or whatever in there. So you just have a little container that you can add, liquor, and then have a little vessel for that. You can take to tailgates or the pool
That's
or just
cool.
around the house or whatever. So
He is also not an alcoholic. I know everything has been alcohol based. He's not. Just wanting to put that
I
out.
drink water out of my Yeti too, but
He's
That's
not.
fine. That is fine. No,
Every
Yetis are great
idea has
for
been
drinks,
alcohol.
Any and all drinks. We're not dogging
but
you.
like I said, I use my Yetis mostly at the pool. So
That's fair.
He's
That's
not
fair.
an alcoholic. We're going with that.
And
All right.
Ian.
So I mean, the price on all the coolers is kind of high always, but they haven't really done anything like different. Like a lot of their competitors have speakers or USB ports that are built into the cooler, and then kind of the same like the wheel wise, like the igloos, like they have these with the longer handle, just make it a little bit easy to carry. And then kind of the same thing with the cuddy is it's actually just like a little bit different design. And this one, it's even floatable. So,
Floating on the
Oh, and
river.
it floats too.
yeah,
Oh, that's
Wow.
awesome.
but it's
Oh,
Only
that's
300.
yeah,
Interesting.
but it's one of the things like they just haven't really done anything different.
Yeah.
compared to the competitors.
So I was browsing their website, and I noticed they got can coolers for, they got regular 12-ounce can coolers, they got slim 12-ounce can coolers, and they got 16-ounce can coolers, but they don't have one that can do all of them. And I have seen other companies have coolers that can do almost all the cans.
Oh yeah, like
Or bottles.
taking something apart and like I think I know what you're
Like
talking about.
they either have multiple lids for the same thing that you order all at once, and then depending on what you have, it's got a different lid, or
Yeah.
the base of the cooler is different. So like slim cans will fit all the way down in the bottom with a smaller hole, but then the regular cans will sit up higher, so they still have the mouth at the same part of the cooler and everything like that. That's one thing.
I have one of those that's a cork. I think it's corksicle, the one I have, but I have one of those that handles the tall, like the tall boys and a regular like Coke, and then it also does the thin, like what, White Claw type cans.
Yeah.
That's the only idea I came up with.
And just gonna share with y'all what we had earlier, which people came up with was, so someone said kind of what Brandy, to piggyback what Brandy said, she didn't like the feel of the handle. So she suggested maybe like a silicone handle would be cool. And then another one was to go off kind of what Lindsay's parents said. They said designs, like more designs, because they're very just bland. And they said bland, but just they have the colors, but they don't really have any designs. And so that was another big one. And the speakers was another huge one, and the rod holders as well for like fishing, if you were to go fishing. And of course the whole price range and the weight of it was some other ones that they had brought up. So now what we're going to do.
One straws, offering straws with the mid-size one, because I don't like the feel of the ice. If I don't have the lid on, the ice, the cold against my mouth, I'd prefer a straw. So if this is going to someone, add more straws to some stuff. Okay.
They make the straw that kind of goes to the side so you don't have to pucker your lips.
Yes, so you don't get wrinkles.
Yeah, they have those on Amazon, so that might be a.
They need to include that, because there's a lot of middle-aged women that do enjoy a Yeti, and we're all getting wrinkles from the pucker. Yes.
Oh no.
The side straw.
Seems like a real problem.
It's a Brandy problem.
Sensory
Yeah,
issues.
the real issues
okay.
over here.
Sensory
okay.
Real issues.
Okay, so our concluding, so what do you believe Yeti's biggest strength is? And then can you give advice to Yeti and their development team on what it should be? And those are the last two questions, y'all. We have flown by, but I'll kind of go through it again. So what do you believe Yeti's biggest strength as a brand is? And then if you could give one piece of advice to Yeti's development team, what would it be? And we can start with Justin if you want. Kind of go through the whole list again.
I don't know who said it, but they need to be more creative with their product offerings. And like I mentioned, they need to be more creative with their designs, because they are typically just tan or maybe lime green, and that's it.
Yeah.
And there's no pictures, there's nothing, particularly interesting about them.
Right.
But they are very, very high quality, though. I mean, they do their job, they do it well, they do what they're supposed to do. So that's the positive, in my opinion, from
I agree.
a standpoint.
I think like word of mouth, like they've done an awesome job of, because I found out about Yeti from my children, because all the little kids had a Yeti. And then it was like, oh, and then they would get a new Yeti. So I got their old Yeti. Like it was word of mouth through the youth, I guess.
Yeah.
Like the younger kids, because they latch on to that, whatever the fad is at the moment. And then now all of their parents are using it. So, I mean, I think, because like it was said, I've never seen a commercial on TV. I've seen a billboard in Austin. I've seen the stickers. It's all just like word of mouth and seeing.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
been like media. But again, I think they're very durable. I think they're a great product. Yeah. So there we go.
Period.
I like their logo. I think that is a very classic. I have the logo right there. I think it's very classic. It's just it just looks classy. You know, I mean it's the same, it's easy to read. It's a good logo. You know, when you see a Yeti item and it has it across it, you know that it's top quality and people paid a lot of money for it. And
Yeah, this one's
And
embossed. It's both embossed and it's got the I guess the negative etching on it, which is kind of
Yeah.
cool.
That's
yeah,
pretty
so
cool.
I think they've done a good job of like not offering a lower price point because that would diminish the quality.
Or the perceived quality.
The perceived, yeah. And they keep it expensive, you know, that people spent the money, they obviously thought it was worth it. It has
Some bougie cachet.
bougie, yeah, bougie. So I think it I
We
think
found
they've
their
done
next marketing campaign.
in keeping that.
I think so.
Bougie cachet.
I
You better TM that real quick.
know. You gotta send it to him real fast. All right, and then Daniel and Ian.
I'd say that like one of their biggest strengths is just the popularity that they have. You know, I think that really helps them out. And then I'd say, you know, just something that they could try to do is just, you know, listen to the feedback that we're giving them.
Right. Very fair.
Try to make adjustments on some stuff.
Okay.
I think branding is obviously a strength for them because none of us have seen a commercial, maybe one billboard, but yet everybody knows what Yeti is. So, and I think
Very true.
it has to do with the logo, has to do with knowing that they're, you know, expensive, but they also work, and if you're willing to spend the money, they're worth it. But it's just, you know, getting to that point. But it's word of mouth, obviously, because everybody knows. It'd be hard pressed to find somebody who didn't know what Yeti was or what they had to offer. But at the same time, I agree that just the different colors probably as people are starting to move toward other brands because all they do offer is just random colors when they come out with something new. You know, it's the hot pinks or the whatever, but it's nothing fancy on it, nothing extra. Like I said, no college teams. You know, like you said, I could use a Yeti with a wolf or a bear on it. Probably would be pretty awesome. But they don't offer that. You know,
Right. Not yet. You just put
I've
stickers
got
on it.
I've got a cheap Bucky's knockoff that's got a beaver on it, which is pretty cool. But I think if they offer the college ones, even in college, and even in college campuses or college bookstores, I'm sure they would sell out probably in a heartbeat. TCU, A&M, UT, all those schools around here would probably sell out in no time if they offered any tumbler that had the colleges on. So I agree with what pretty much everybody else was saying too, that adding those things would probably help them out a little bit more, things they don't offer currently.
Very true. And then Ian.
Kind of like everyone's, their marketing wise, a pretty good job about not having to use ads, or like it's just been spread word of mouth. I haven't really heard anything negative about any Yeti product, but I don't know, just add wheels.
Yeah.
Especially on the big coolers, they need wheels.
Something just.
I think they did, right?
They have one. I think their biggest one they have wheels on. It just costs like $500. I think they offer it. It just is pretty.
It's a hefty price.
Yeah,
pretty pricey. Yeah.
I looked at the website and it was like 45 ounces was the biggest one they offered with the wheels.
45 ounces.
Or no, 45 quarts, my bad. Or gallon. I don't know.
I know I've seen it before. I don't know how big it is, but I know I've seen the one with wheels before.
Yeah.
But I don't know how big it was.
But more sizes with the wheel, even like the smaller little ones that you
Yeah.
can just drag with you.
Batteries on the
They're
side.
very heavy.
Oh,
Alright.
I was gonna say, I don't know what their marketing team and how do they go to market, but I was given this at a sales conference. This was from Loctite, and they gave it to us, or each one of the salespeople won, and they would really do well if they're not already doing it. Just reaching out to corporate sales teams, marketing teams for company logo to maybe kind of have a whole channel of just company logoed products like this. If they're
Yeah.
probably doing that, but since it's a high end gift, I mean the people we're working with, making a big deal out of getting these. So
Right.
I have another idea too. So I'm big on influencers now. And so I went to Talbot's just to buy, because the influencer told me to buy some pants from Talbot's. So I think if they if an influencer, if they figure out what market is not buying Yetis, I think it would be really smart to get maybe 55-year-old women don't buy Yetis. Maybe have me talk about it. And
Not you.
not me personally.
No, have her talk about it. I'd buy
But
it.
have an
I'd buy it.
influencer that age to talk about it and how wonderful Yetis are. And that may just,
Mhm.
bring a whole new market to it.
Yeah, I definitely think that's one thing that they can improve on, is just figure out who's not buying it. Because
Yeah.
right now, I'd say the majority that are buying it are outdoorsy. I think we were doing it and it said mainly men are buying Yeti so far. But one last thing, just to what Brandy said, which was, kids pick up on that stuff. And so when I was growing up, I was playing soccer, and I knew that the owner of Yeti's son or kid, I don't remember if son or daughter, but they were playing soccer, the same club I was playing with. So, and I always thought that was cool. So that's kind of how I heard about it. And then we all looked up Yeti and we're like, what's Yeti? And so then we all ended up getting Yeti just because Yeti ended up being the cool fad at the time. But yeah, well, I think that was it, you guys, to be honest. Was there anything else or any other questions or
Can't
no?
do it.
We're good? Awesome. Well, I
Good.
appreciate y'all so much. Again, this is recorded. We're ending the recording now. But y'all have a great Sunday.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.